The European media has continued to watch the Brexit process closely as UK-EU relations remain tense. In June, a German journalist said Britain is doing better than Germany during the pandemic, and despite Brexit, the UK is now in the economic fast lane. Gabor Steingart wrote, Boris Johnson and his British do not need to be understood. But a look at the island can't hurt to see what went better and is going better there during the pandemic in comparison to Germany. Despite Brexit, Great Britain is currently in the economic fast lane. While Mr. Steingart praised the UK, European media has mostly viewed Brexit and indeed Prime Minister Johnson in a negative light. When Mr. Johnson became Prime Minister in July 2019, German media offered its verdict on his promotion. In an opinion piece published on Spiegel Online, Jörg Schindler wrote, H has been dreaming of this for decades. But once he enters into his new life as Prime Minister, he will have to stand in front of the door and explain to his compatriots what he actually plans to do. Johnson is set to do that on Wednesday afternoon. And at that moment, he will begin breaking his promises. Europe is in for a turbulent autumn. Johnson may have inexhaustible charisma, but he doesn't have a plan, only an apparently unshakable belief in himself. But how far will that take him? On the cover of Der Spiegel, Mr. Johnson's face was morphed into Alfred E. Newman, the fictitious character of the American satirical magazine Mad and a worldwide symbol of stupidity. The cover also included the words, Mad in England, How Boris Johnson Turned the British Against Europe. Mr. Schindler continued, History is repeating itself. The country that gave birth to modern democracy now seems willing to elect a populist born in New York who has made his peculiar hair his trademark and who, as a member of the elite, is now agitating against them, and who feels like he is destined for greatness. Bild, the biggest newspaper in Germany, compared Mr. Johnson to then U.S. President Donald Trump. Mr. Schindler also added, History is repeating itself. The country that gave birth to modern democracy now seems willing to elect a populist born in New York who has made his peculiar hair his trademark and who, as a member of the elite, is now agitating against them, and who feels like he is destined for greatness. In a commentary piece for Deutsche Welle, Christoph Hasselbalch described Johnson, often called Bojo, as a rogue and a foreign object, saying German politicians are stunned by the Boris Johnson phenomenon. He continued, Boris Johnson is the antithesis, and he makes Berlin politicians as speechless in the same way as Donald Trump. There is no doubt about that. In Germany they are looking forward to the moment when Johnson and the misguided half of the British population will see exactly that. Another commentator in Berlin said Mr. Johnson clearly has no proper plan on how the negotiations with the EU over Brexit should be structured. They concluded, his strategy, hoping for the EU to collapse.